Well, here we go. Keema Cars XL Cup, their second race of the weekend. And Brett Parrish has claimed another win already as he continues to march towards his second XL Cup title.
Michael Tuckwood's got a chance to do a couple more laps than anybody else who was running around in the legend car.
Yeah.
To the lunchtime break.
Well, he's trying to get any advantage that he can. He's, of course, this isn't the final round for the XL Cup cars. They race again at the final QRDC event of the year. So it's all going to, we're just building up towards a finish.
Well, it's going to be interesting, mate. I can't wait for this race. The way a Hyundai race unfolds is unbelievable. They do such a great job of, what's the word I'm after, just doing stuff that's different. They really are doing it so much differently than everybody else as far as how good this field is kept in tight formation, how good the racing is, how close the times are. It's great.
Well, look at them. They're all taking a leaf out of the pros book at the moment, weaving around on the warm-up lap to get some extra heat in the sidewalls. It's always been how do you know? Oh, we had someone pull in on the warm-up lap, and from the pointy end of the field too. So I wonder who that was. Missed them. We'll see when they grid up now as to who's jumped into the pit lane all of a sudden. Still trying to pick up who's missing from the field. We think it's McLaughlin in the Kazu's car who's ducked into the pits.
That makes total sense.
Thank you for our producer who just popped in and pointed that out.
Well done, him. Just trying to think of Grove Fruit Juices.
Willis.
Greg Willis.
Greg Willis. Doing well. The juice that juice lovers love. As we get away on the warm-up lap now for the XL Cup cars. Suppose this is really the formation lap. Like you warm the cars up on the first lap, then you get them in formation for the race start on the second lap. Although we can see McLaughlin in pit lane, so he's going to be starting rear of grid. And or are they going to let him out at pit exit? Let's see. We'll see momentarily. And well, McLaughlin has been let out onto the track, so he's not. There he is, the Kazu's car. So he'll join up at the tail of the field. He'll race around to catch up onto the tail. But he will have to start the race from the tail of the field. If he tries to take up his grid position, then, well, that's just going to get messy. But here we go, front row of the grid, the black and yellow car, that is Brett Parrish in the Platinum Hyundai XL. Alongside him in the yellow and lime green car, the funky Mexican Cantina car of Michael Tuckwood. Now grid 3 is Jason Lansdell in the musical Hyundai. Grid 4 is vacant. Grid 5 is Greg Mammam, who performed quite the recovery after his, shall we say, under expectation qualifying performance. And McLaughlin's not going to catch up to the field before the race start. So McLaughlin's going to be a third of the lap behind the field at race start. He's trying, but he hasn't caught the safety car yet. And we've got more than one car missing, actually. Who's alongside? Scott Kelly seems to be missing from the field as well. No, actually, it's not Kelly. Kelly just didn't take up his grid position.
Great opening first lap, Jonesy. They are on the money and wide open from the get-go.
Yeah. Bit of a scrambled start in the end. I'm not sure that anyone really was quite sure who they were supposed to be starting
on the outside. He does not. He will run the boundary on the outside of these guys all day if he had to. This is a good start. Look, look at Mammon.
Lansdale.
Is that Lansdale, is it? No, Lansdale trying to gain
Mammon's in
position.
fourth. So Lansdale into second, forces his way past Tuckwood to some extent.
And Tuckwood does the big slingshot, tried to go down the outside.
And Mammon got his braking over and done with early. And
This is a nice shot back from the other way.
It is. Yeah, well, that's...
Oh, contact again. Got some bump and shove going on. There's some big elbows being displayed, and Tuckwood.
Now Scott Kelly and Matt Ross are going at it for position as well. Just in behind, there they are. 5th and 6th, tucked in behind Greg Mammon. So it's all happening at the moment. Get Bill Laurie in to describe it properly.
Nice. They're all Victorians. You know what I mean? Oh, Victorians. Great guy. Look, now look at Tuckwood again.
Yeah.
The funky Mexican cantina car, or Tuckwood. I hate saying that. I'm so waiting for me to have a faux pas and say the wrong thing. But what a great drive. He is keeping Parrish honest. And Mammon, who had a great start, always a good start for Greg Mammon. Always gains places. He's had to go defensive, but I don't think he can go at the pace of 3 out front.
No, yeah, Mammon's lost touch with the 3 leaders already. So Lansdale's doing a great job hanging on to Parrish and Tuckwood, who clearly have the pace of the field this weekend.
Webb was looking strong further back in the pack too, as we saw him roll out a shot. Have a look at Tuckwood. There's nothing in this, as far as pace is concerned.
No, Lansdale's doing his absolute damnedest to hang on.
Now, what's Tuckwood going to do? Is he going to get room here or not? No, he didn't.
Now all 3 run wide, so no one playing the percentages at this point.
No one going to roll their dice and show their hand early. Deep on the brakes into turn 4.
Mammon still holding 4th, although he's under real threat here from Scott Kelly, who's going great guns in this race. Pushing Greg Mammon very hard.
Held on though.
Yeah, Mammon held on.
Kelly's found some form, hasn't he, overnight?
Ross is tucked in behind there, and that's the silver car that's immediately behind Mammon and Kelly. We take the long shot from up in the tower looking down towards turn 6. And Kelly's got Mammon.
Got him round the outside too.
Yeah, into turn 6.
Kelly comes straight back to cover too. There would have been nothing in that as he turned.
So Oberhofer is ripping his way through the field. Of course, remember Dave Oberhofer went off track in the early running of race 1 and lost a huge amount of ground, but he has ripped through the field like
as Trevor would say, a laxet through a budgie.
Who keeps feeding laxets to budgies?
RSPCA should close it down.
I think so.
Look at this battle.
It's getting a bit fraught further back in the back, but we're watching
plenty going on.
Yeah, as the top 3 compress into turn 3.
This long shot down there is an absolute cracker that we're trying.
I love the entry, covering the entry into turn 3. It's a different angle and it's interesting.
Look at this.
Now Lansdale is pushing as Mammon is back into 4th place with as he continues his fight with Scott Kelly and Matt Ross. Then there's a gap, and here's Oberhofer ahead of Peasy. Then Pilkington, Weber, Winters, Faulkner, Sheridan, Hibbert, and the rest.
These guys. Webber's doing a great job of staying in touch with this, isn't he?
But here's about 3-car fight for 4th position. Greg Mammon in the front of that group in the multicoloured car. It's Scott Kelly there in the mostly white car. That's and at the back of that trifecta of cars there.
Mammon's defensive.
Yeah. Matt Ross is the silver car at the back of that group. 7th place car of Oberhofer.
Kelly on the outside.
Yeah.
Can he get that to stick?
Oberhofer is reeling them in. And it looks as though he might be bringing Daniel Peasy with him. So either Scott Kelly gets through Mammon and goes away, or he doesn't quite have the pace to do that. And if Kelly can get through and get clear, then he might be able to start thinking about attacking the...
Goes Ross down the outside.
Yeah. He's doesn't want to be left out of the shenanigans. And
There's Oberhofer with Peasy.
This is what I was building towards saying just before, that if Kelly is genuinely faster than Mammon, then he really wants to be through him quickly before Oberhofer and Peasy get to this fight and make it even more complicated.
Tell you who's right. I'm so impressed with Kelly at the moment.
He's come along strongly.
The minor change in colour schemes invigorated the racing.
Well, it's more than just a minor change, because they, of course, he had a nasty accident at Lakeside, and it's all but a new race car. So the opportunity to start again in some respects, too deep, and Ross has got him. In fact, he's in the dirt, so the two blue cars of Oberhofer and Peasy have gotten through Kelly as well. That's exactly what he didn't want. But if you don't try, then you'll never know. So, risk reward. Now, I'd like to see where McLaughlin is at the moment, to see how far up the field he's gotten.
Yeah. 33s for the front runners, 34 for mid-pace.
Yeah, we can see the orange car there in the back of that pack, so he's not really made much of an impression at the moment. He's tucked in behind Robert Buckley at the moment, who had 2 spins in the first race, exploring the limits of his ability, and then explored them a little bit further just to make sure.
Well, that was an outbreak down the outside.
Yeah, Oberhofer is through Kelly there.
No, but it wasn't. That was that was actually Kelly got through on the outside, around the outside
Peasy,
of Peasy. Like broke around the outside of turn 3. That's a hell of a drive.
Yeah, because Kelly had fallen to the back of that pack. And, well, look at this. We've got Pilkington coming up into this fight now as well. See in a second, there's Pilkington, the black and green car.
This is a really big push from these guys. They are race leaders now. Tuckwood's been dropped off this top 2.
Yeah.
Landstill's the fastest man on the racetrack at the moment, the 32.7.
So
2 tenths faster than our race leader.
So it looks as though Lansdale may have been conserving himself in the opening laps when Parrish and Tuckwood were getting away. Now as the race appears to have come towards Lansdale, whereas Parrish seems to have the car for all seasons.
Well, what do you say about this performance of Jason Lansdale?
He's going great. Qualified on the front row, might be for the first time. He's been on the front row before, but that's when he had Wayne Wakefield co-driving with him. This time it's entirely on his own.
He's dancing to his own tune out there at the moment behind the car of Parrish.
Going by the opening laps, it looked as though Parrish had dropped him, but no, the race has come back towards.
Well, he's been looked after by a guy that looks after a lot of people, and this Versus Wheels, and it's great to see James Kelso getting behind a lot of motorsport here, folks. And even you said about wheels for your car, make sure you talk to the guys from Versus Wheels. Go and talk to your local stockist and say, I want Versus Wheels on my car. Look at this. Just check the timing this time around. Yep, half a second faster than Parrish last time round.
Well, Parrish has got to drive defensive now.
Oh, car got loose!
The back end. Front wheel drive.
And I'll tell you what though, didn't get out of it, had his foot buried through the firewall.
It's the advantage.
As you do.
The advantage of a front wheel drive in that situation.
Bump drafting down the back, Lansdale. Can he outbrake down the back?
He's trying.
He's gone right around the outside. Look at the river.
Oh, we got a car off down there at turn 3. Is that Oberhofer? It is. It was Oberhofer who's nosed into the tyre barriers at turn 3. Oh, he's having a wretched Saturday here at the racetrack. Spun off in race 1 and now
one
he's
of the best prepared and best looking cars in the field.
Yeah.
It's not his day.
No. spin in race 1, and now he's buried deep in the sand, almost to the wall. Fairly sure he stopped short of the wall. So yeah, that's a massive shame for car number 20.
3 laps to go this time around, Jones.
Across the stripe once more. It's lap 7 into the books. Parrish still leads, but Lansdale's not going to give him a break, nor should he.
This is cracking. I'm loving this battle up front, simply because it's so good to watch someone like Lansdale, who has been quick, but to take it up to Parrish like he has been this weekend in the absence of everybody else. It's like Parrish might have thought I might get a free run today. Between Tuckwood and this young gentleman.
Well, XL Cup racing has produced a number of, it's produced good drivers quickly. And we've seen guys like Brett Kennedy and Steve Hay, who are natural race drivers, and we count Brett Parrish in that number as well, who are just, they've learned their craft quite quickly. And now Jason Lansdale is adding to the number of drivers who've proven themselves in this XL Cup car fairly quickly.
Tuckwood's still lapping pretty quickly, but it just can't match the pace these guys up front. He's not in the draft. He's not getting any aero assistance from the guys, and he's falling back towards the back of the field. The rumour is the battle further back is on for young and old.
Well, there's a number of battles up and down this field at the moment. We could stick the cameras anywhere and find something interesting. But a battle for first place is always going to be a little bit more interesting than battles over even third.
Have a look at this group of cars. This is one I was talking about further back. The radio chatter was the fact these guys are going off like frogs in socks out the back.
Well, this is the battle for...
And McLaughlin's under siege.
No, McLaughlin's just come through this pack.
Has he?
Yeah. This is the battle for 8th position, and McLaughlin has only just nosed his way into the front of that group. Weber being the last car for him to get. The yellow and black juice car is Luke Weaver. Pilkington, Winters and Faulkner in the midst of that battle as well. In fact, Pilkington's been shuffled to the back of that group. Side by side down the back straight here. So a great run there by Weaver on McLaughlin, but we don't get to see the end of it as we go back to our race leaders. Parrish continuing to hold the smallest of margins on Jason Lansdale. This is only Lansdale's second season in motor racing, and he's racing up against one of the tried and tested race winners of the Queensland State Championship club level scene. Last lap as, Weber's off. So Weber in the juice car has disappeared off track.
Having a moment on the exit of turn 4, Jonesy.
He was embroiled in battle with John McLaughlin, but that battle has seen him spat out across turn 4. It's not that McLaughlin's short of rivals at the moment. It looks like it might be Sedgley who's tucked in behind. No, it's not Sedgley. It's that's Winters. So yeah, Winters has redecorated his car a bit, and that's thrown me ever so slightly. And Jaden Faulkner is the next car along, with Pilkington tucked in behind. Back with our race leaders.
Coming towards the checkered flag now, Jonesy.
Now this is about as big a gap as Parrish has had first to second all race.
I think as good as Lansdale's been driving, I think Parrish has had him in check. Great drive, Brett Parrish. Another fine example of driving in our Hyundai XL Cup Series, being brought to us by guys from Keema Cars. this weekend, but it is checkered flag time, and Brett Parrish again takes a win, Jones.
Yeah, it's very nice work indeed from Parrish. So, third position. Well, Michael Tuckwood was all on his own, and there he is. He crosses the line in third. Fourth is open to debate, but only slightly. Ross has gotten through Mammon, but that was some time ago. And Ross takes fourth. Mammon fifth. Mammon keeping his championship hopes alive. Scott Kelly crosses the line next, ahead of Daniel Peasy. Now McLaughlin wins the battle for 8th position over Winters. Then Jaden Faulkner with Pilkington crossing the line in 11th. The recovering Weber home in 12th. And then Sheridan is 13th. Hibbert and Buckley follow him across the line. Buckley having a considerably neater race that time around compared to his previous run, which had a couple of spins.
Britton, Sedgley and Statham come through.
And Nolotto at the back of the field will be a lap down.
Oberhofer's parked in the tyres. Well, Jonesy, another small break as we get to recover some cars. We'll be back.